But I do want to get to the goaltending tonight because Sam Ersson stops 15 of 15 through 40 minutes. And then suddenly we come back from intermission and it's Aleksei Kolosov coming between the pipes. Sam Ersson, like you noted, Charlie, starting to look at least a lot more like himself. Now, I don't want to downplay how bad the Sharks are. They have some players who can put the puck in the net. Macklin Celebrini, very good. Looks like he has really good chemistry with Will Smith. They're going to have a good team in a few years. They are a very bad team. So, like, I don't want to, like, oh my God, the Flyers dominated the Sharks. Yeah, of course they did. Like, the Flyers have some good players, and the Sharks really don't. So that's what it came down to. And, like, Georgiev in net, he stinks, and we saw that tonight. But Sam Ersson did his job. Like, he saw 15 shots. He stopped 15. I don't care who the opponent is. He made 100% of the saves. And it's a real bummer because I wanted to do some resolution stuff, and I saw your article, Charlie, and your resolution for Sam Ersson was simply don't waste this opportunity. He's going to be, and you can read the article at allphly.com. Sign up to be a diehard. You won't regret it. Start your new year as a diehard. Do it tonight, damn it. Like the opportunity Sam Ersson has been afforded this season, we've talked about time and time again. They don't have a number one goalie, so he's it. He's the de facto number one, and considering who the other guys are, it's like, well, he kind of has to be. But he can carve a role for himself somewhere in this organization's future if he's productive. He's been up and down this season, and now perhaps facing time off for injury yet again. He missed a week, came back for 2 games, missed like a month, started to get into form after some pretty bad starts. His last 2 have gone well, and now you said it's probably or it may be just precautionary, and that was my initial thought because it didn't look like he was hampered in any way after that second period collision, but he didn't come back, and that's all we know now about Ersson. It just feels like, one, makes sense to keep all 3 goalies, I guess. That's another smart move by the Flyers. It just feels like this might be the kind of season Ersson's having where it's just kind of an in and out. We never get any momentum going with him.
Even though that collision didn't look too bad, as soon as it happened, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Because like you said, it just doesn't seem like he's getting a lot of luck on the injury front this season. So, of course, he's going to take what looks like, not a soft collision, but didn't look like anything terrible, and maybe tweak something. Or, like you said, maybe they're just like, this team stinks. We've got a lead. Let's just be careful and put Coley in for a period.
I mean, it seems like it could be something. Obviously, they put the tweet out saying that it was injury. It wasn't precautionary. They didn't characterize it as that. The thing is, though, it doesn't have to necessarily be the groin, which is what we're nearly 100% certain was the injury that initially kept him out, then recurred, and they kept him out for a much longer period of time. It could be a recurrence of the groin. That would obviously be not ideal because it'd be the, I guess, the 3rd time this season he'd be dealing with the same injury. I mean, it was a collision. Maybe the concussion spotters had him take a test. Like, there are other possibilities here that can result from a collision like that. One thing that annoyed me, Luke Kunin, who then later had some battles with Travis Konecny. If you remember, for all those, I wouldn't even say old heads because it's more just like longtime BSH listeners. Luke Kunin was the guy who concussed Phil Myers in the World Juniors years ago. That same dude. So this dude just has a problem with people affiliated with the Flyers organization, apparently. So I love that Travis Konecny gave it back to him a bit. Very, very happy to see that. But I don't know what the result of this Ersson injury is going to be. I really hope it's not the groin. I hope it's something else, because that's when you start worrying if this is is this just a problem he's going to be dealing with for a long time? And if that's the case, if this is a recurring career issue, then it almost doesn't matter how good he is. You can't depend upon him as your starter because you can't depend upon him to start 50 games a year without getting injured.
No, it's that you get into that Neuvert territory where it's like, yeah, man, he's the best goalie we got, but we can't play him that much. Like, we just have to, and you just thinking about the way Ersson plays, he's not Hasek out there. Like, he's not flopping around making a bunch of crazy saves, but he has that low base and really stretches the legs back a lot. It's part of what makes him so effective on breakaways. And I just think of that flexibility. I mean, he's a goalie, obviously has to be flexible, but like that flexibility, his ability to get low and then spread out has helped him so much that, yeah, if it gets into the Ron Hextall thing of like, yeah, man, he's just going to deal with groins and that's the way it goes. Well, you have to start coming up with other plans then. It's like, okay, well, what does this mean for Kolosov now? And you got to believe he'll get a large majority of the playing time as long as Ersson is out. We don't know how long that'll be yet. But I got to say, while, Charlie, I know you don't love the split shutout. Coley earned it, man.
Yo, he looked good.
Those saves he made in the third period, it was like, you made up for only having to play a third of this game.
Yes.
And still being a part of the shutout. He looked pretty damn awesome in relief.
He did. He made some monster saves. It was funny because like the first half of the period, he barely saw a shot. And you're just like, oh, the Flyers just going to have the puck the whole period to protect Kolosov, because everybody sees this as a chance to beef up their stat profiles by getting a couple extra goals to go in. And then suddenly that second half of the third period, like Kolosov is the reason why they shut them out, because they probably should have gotten 1 or 2 goals during that stretch. And look, this is an opportunity for Kolosov now. I don't know how long Sam Ersson is going to be out, but I actually checked this while you were talking, Bill, because it hit me. And this is, again, a concern of mine, why I really hope it's not the groin. If you remember, Sam Ersson missed most of the 2021-2022 season, which was his first season over in North America, with recurring groin issues. So you're worried, like, is this just something that is going to be a problem with him? And if so, does that mean that almost by default, he might not be able to be your plan as the number one, even if he proves that he's good enough? And right now, the jury is very much still out on that. He's played good for the last 5 periods, but he was real bad for like 3.5 weeks before that. But the groin thing is a little worrying for me, especially now that it hit me that he had that same issue a few years ago that basically killed the season. Hey, if that's going to be a recurring problem, all the more of an opportunity for Aleksei Kolosov to step up and make a case for him to be the goalie of the present future.
Yeah, if this is a groin issue again, I kind of wonder if it doesn't make sense for the Flyers just to, like, I don't know, sit him out. Like, if you believe in him long term, which Charlie, you've suggested that the organization definitely believes that Sam Ersson is a number 1 goaltender in the NHL. If you believe in him long term, you've got 3 guys. At least one of them's pretty okay. Sometimes better than Ersson this season. If it's the groin again, why not just like give him a whole year of not making stretches in the crease to fix that thing up and then come back next season? Because I don't know, like, you've got these 3 guys. You kept him up for some reason that I don't understand. Maybe it's this, that you thought that the groin was going to be a problem ongoing.
Yeah.
So since you have the resource and you really do think Ersson could be the guy, I don't know, maybe you just hang him up for the season, but they probably won't.
I can't imagine that they're going to rush to that, because they do want to learn more about how good he is.
Sure.
You know, some of this is them using this year to make a determination of what his ceiling is as an NHL goalie. Now, goalies sometimes develop later, so I don't think they'll know for certain that, like, this is who Ersson will always be. We've seen it with guys like Stolarz and Lyon. They didn't hit their ceilings until their late 20s. That said, they're going to want to play. Like, they're going, unless they absolutely believe that, like, he needs surgery to fix this issue because it's going to keep recurring otherwise. I cannot imagine they would just sit him out, because they just think it's more, it's valuable in their eyes to see him play.
Sure. But I just wonder, like, if he continues to tweak the same thing over and over and over and over again, like, are you ever going to see his ceiling?
Fair.
And it's
Goalies
interesting because this last time, like, he missed about a week when he got the initial injury on November 2nd. He then missed about a week, played those 2 games. The second one was against San Jose. And then we didn't see him for like a month. And I feel like he was one of those guys that was listed day to day for like 2 weeks. And it felt like that was the abundance of caution. Like, Oh, yeah, he probably would have been good like a week ago, but why not just give him another week because we do have the 3, and let's make sure this thing is all the way good to go. And then he's back, and he struggled. Now he's finally playing well again. It's like, oh, damn it. So I don't know if they're going to want to just like shut him down, but clearly they've tried the abundance of caution thing, or at least they thought they did previously. Yeah. And we'll see how they proceed with this, but it's the goalie situation continues to be an ongoing saga, whether it's the health, the numbers game, whatever it is. And we're going to talk plenty about that in the coming, days and weeks, but
We all silly like the mayor.